Good evening everyone and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League on the PlayStation platform. I am one of two commentators for tonight, Malc, and with me as a special guest for tonight is Vojtech. How you doing, mate? You alright?
Hello, good evening to all and welcome. I'm exciting to be back in F2, not as a driver, but great to be back on the commentator's box with you, Malc.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we're at the Chinese Grand Prix, so it's going to be an absolute classic, shall we say. But from your point of view, Vojtech, have you had great memories of the track itself?
To be back in F2, not as a driver, but great to be back on the commentator's box with you, Malc.
I don't have such a good memories on that. I have
Yeah, track itself, Shanghai is really interesting. I do really like the track, although I don't have such a
Absolutely,
good memories on that.
with the rain,
I have some
with the conditions that could
unpleasant
be
moments
happening, like
here,
the rain
but,
or anything
from
like
the,
that. I mean,
let's say,
we have
driver's
seen
point
a
of
few
view,
times
this track is
throughout
incredibly
the race itself at the
interesting
Invictus
to
Racing
race
League, where
at.
we've seen a
And
few
on the
times
other
where it could be
hand,
wet
it's
conditions.
always
So hopefully we
getting
might see
more
a few bits there.
exciting
But
with
as you can
the
see, guys,
twist,
with the track
in
info,
form
we've
of
got
the weather.
5.451 kilometres with 3.387 miles, 16 corners, 28 laps. We have raced here 6 times. Predicted pit stop strategy is 1 stop, but I have seen from last night's F1 League there was a few 2 stop, shall we say. But also from the races itself, we have to watch out for as well. So check out for those in there as well. So we will have check the driver standings briefly in moments. Rimpo, who's on an absolute belter of a run at the moment. He's on 4 podiums in a row, two wins out of 4, but also he could be on for a 5th podium in a row if he plays his cards right. Speed Queen got her 4th second place throughout in 9 races, so that's she needs to try and get her elusive first win of the season, hopefully to try and catch up to Rimpo, who's pulling away with 11 points, and also Andriy, who won his first race of the season after 2 podiums back in Italy and Austria in round 5 and 6. He's won his first race of the season in the French Grand Prix as well, so he's moved up to 5th. But yeah, it's just been absolute unbelievable racing, to be fair, and we could hopefully we'll try and see if the Rimpo, Speed Queen and Jump Line will try and close. Well, Speed Queen and Jump Line will try and close the gap onto Rimpo, who's really been on top form. And then we're going to go to the constructors. So the constructors, we've got obviously a 7-point gap for the AlphaTauris, who is also in lead with 117 points. The Red Bull is in second with 110. So they've been trying to catch up with the AlphaTauris, and they've done it slowly, doing really well to try and catch up. And then we got in the McLaren, we got 3rd with 87. And then you got Mercedes and Ferrari in 64 and 63 respectively, and the rest are under 63 points. But I believe we are be able to start the live screens, so we'll go into there now. So I wish everyone all the very best of luck. The mic sounds a bit dodgy on the stream. Okay. I'm hoping everything will be alright, but I do apologise if you hear any technical faults or anything like that. So we're just trying to see if we get some. Yeah, we're just waiting for the Chinese Grand Prix to start off with the short qualifying. But yeah, Vojtech, what's your thoughts of the track itself? What do you think is going to happen in the Chinese Grand Prix? And also, who's been your best driver since you've been, obviously, in the first half of the season that you've been trying to do? What's your thoughts of the races? Well, what's your thoughts of your F2? But also, what do you think is going to happen tonight?
was incredibly close. We had really a lot of moments where top 10, even top 13, 15 drivers were
Yeah, really can't wait to see these guys in action because as I've been driving in the F2 for the first half of this season, it was incredibly close. We had really a lot of moments where top 10, even top 13, 15 drivers were behind within a second in the qualifying. So it's really hard to just go with one driver as a best. But as you mentioned, Rimpe is on really great form so far.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I've seen from your point of view in the first half of the season, it was absolutely
really incredible,
unbelievable stuff.
But,
And it's a shame that
I'm
obviously due to
really forward to,
work-related stuff, you
to
cannot
some
carry on with the
pretty exciting
F2. But
races.
overall, it's good to see you back
like I said,
as a commentator,
the first
to be
half
fair.
of the season was
Enjoy
hell of a race.
the aspects of
really
what
incredible.
you see from all the drivers' point of view. But like I said, from everyone's point of view, good evening to you all. Hope everyone's all came well and enjoying the stream. We are in the qualifying. We should try and get on to find out some more of the info. We do apologise, guys. So we should have 16 minutes of the qualifying. We'll just try and see if Keza can try and do his outlap now.
I'm watching him also. Keza was my teammate back in F3, so he's first out of in this qualifying. So really exciting to watch him. Will be really interesting to see what's his pace.
Yes, I'm watching him also.
Hopefully we'll try and
back in F3.
see how he goes
so
into this point of
first
view.
out
We do
in this
apologise, guys.
qualifying. So really exciting to watch him. Will be really interesting.
So
to see,
we're just watching Keza now to do his
what's his
lap
pace
now.
in the F2.
So let's see what he can try and do into this point of view. He's come up to in the second sector now. So let's see what he can try and emulate. We can.
Yes, and it was really clean first sector so far. Pretty decent on the first opening lap. On the first flight lap, sorry.
It's alright. It's absolutely fine. He's just doing his purple sector now. So he's come up to the awkwardest third sector now. Let's see what he can try and do
Yes,
on the DRS
really
straight.
clean first sector
So
so
just
far.
trying to see
He's doing
what he can try and do.
pretty decent on the first opening lap.
So he's on the DRS
the
straight
first
now,
lap,
and he
sorry.
should be coming up to the hairpin corner. So he's coming up to the hairpin corner now. This is the part where everyone will try and be careful on, because it's going to be absolutely. There'll be quite a few overtakes just before before the end of that hairpin corner, and he got the fastest time at the moment with a 1:30.2 1:30.205. So Vojtech, who are you watching so far?
I'm just watching Mr. Steen, who's just coming into the hairpin, and this corner it's really tricky. You can get really easy caught if you go too much on your throttle. You can see Mr. Steen just going to the pits. So there was some kind of.
I'm just watching Mr. Steen, who's just coming into the hairpin, and this corner it's really tricky. You can get really easy caught if you go too much on your throttle. You can see Mr. Steen just going to the pits. So there was some kind of issue during the first lap. But like I said, you almost have the entire lap behind you. You have 2 corners to go, and I believe is the one of the trickiest one is the hairpin after the DRS straight. Because you're going from the maximum
Yeah,
speed.
just hopefully it doesn't want to spin out as well. And I'm just watching Hubberstone now to do 4th place now.
2 or even 1. And then you need to,
yeah, so he's moved himself up to 4th with 130.315.
Early,
so
but not too much.
yeah, so hopefully he'll try and do a bit more oomph with that. So Stefan, who's in 11th place, is just trying to see what he can try and do in the medium tyres now. So try and see. Like I said, with the medium tyres it would be beneficial, but obviously I would avoid. To be fair, I know people are going to go for the softs, but the softs ain't going to last for like another night. Well, fresh tyres at least would probably be between 9 and 10 laps, but overall it's just see how it goes with that. But let's see how Stefan can try and do his lap now. And he's coming to the hairpin corner now, so he's coming to the last few corners. He's going to try and push on and massively come up to try and do his lap. He might try and get into the 131s. No, 130.7. A 130.754. That's a good time there from Stefan Vojtech. Yeah, he's done an absolute belter of a lap from himself on the mediums, to be fair. But yeah, he's just done an absolute stellar of a job to move up to 7th place. So I'm just watching Job Line now, but he's just invalidated his lap. Go and watch Mr. Steen now to do his lap now. So Mr. Steen. Yeah, sorry Vojtech, what was you going to say?
Yeah, no problem, mate. It's really interesting. We had this similar situation back in French Grand Prix last week in F3. Like today, there is not the full grid. There's 13 drivers, and last week we had a really interesting situation in the qualifying because a lot of guys trying to stick with medium tires instead of the softs. Obviously, top 10 needs to start on the tires.
Yeah, so the medium tires would definitely be beneficial, but obviously you've got to think about obviously the weather scenario, which we're still waiting for the weather crew as well. From that point of view, the medium tyres will be beneficial and would be a great start to the Chinese Grand Prix, because once the soft tyres are coming in, that's where you get a lot of opportunities to move ahead as well, and then when they get to pit in for the hards, that'll be the best bet for them later on during the race as well. So we're up to 9 minutes left of the qualifying, but we do apologise if you hear any minimal voices as well. So Vojtech, like I said, hopefully if you might as well just tune up the mic a little bit, hopefully a little bit more. We will hopefully everyone will hear Vojtech's voice as well. So we do apologise for that, guys. Mr. Steen has just got to the qualifying time indeed, a 130.132. So that's a good time for him. 130.132. So it's just 4 tenths off the leader of Rimpa, who did a 29.7. Nightshades, he's on his outlap now with the medium tyres. So it's come up to the second sector now, and this, I feel like the second sector has always been the most trickiest sector of it all, and that's what you need. To be fair, it's just the more that you need. So.
You're absolutely right. The second corner, the second sector, sorry, is the most tricky one in the Shanghai Grand Prix. I believe my microphone gets better. I just adjusted. Sorry for
Yes, you're absolutely right. The second corner, the second sector, sorry, is the most tricky one in
Yeah,
the
so
Shanghai
nice.
Grand Prix. I
Just
believe my
watching nice
microphone
shades
gets
now.
better. I just adjusted, sorry for the
Just
previous
see how
level,
that.
guys. And I'm just watching
See how it
Malc,
goes now.
who's so far on a 4th place and doing his flying lap.
The United States can try
And
to do this.
he's
Just
in
go
the
to 12th with a
mentioned sector.
132.492. So let's see what he can try and do. So Nightshades. So just watching Smoking Aces now. Smoking Aces has done a 131.0, but let's see what he can try and do on his lap. Well, his proper lap now. So just see what he's in. He's in Validay's lap, but Rimpa did a 29.246. Rimpa did a 29.246, so that's improved his time, so that's a really good time from him.
Yeah, he's absolutely flying. I was on him in the last sector, and that was really awesome pace.
Absolutely. So Smoking Aces is just going to the pits now. Hulk did a 130.162, but he's just on his slow lap now. Keza's just doing his lap now.
Really awesome pace.
So just see what you can try and do. That's the hairpin corner. But if you are watching the stream, guys, it's just try and see if you can try and improve his. It won't improve his time. He's going back into the pits. Where's Hulk now? Sorry, Humberstone is in second. Rimpa is going back into the pits. See if Hunter is going to try and do his lap. No, he won't improve his lap. But looking at it from everyone's point of view, you can see that Stefan is the only one who's hitting in the mediums in 8th place with a 130.754. But yeah, Vojtech, what's your thoughts of the qualifying so far?
Yes, like I said in the real beginning, we can see top 7 within a second, although it needs to be mentioned that Rip with his 29.2, it absolutely it's a great lap, to be honest, and there is a pretty
Yes, like I said in the real beginning, we can see top 7 within a second, although it needs to be mentioned that Rib with his 29.2, it absolutely, that's a great lap, to be honest, and there is a pretty big gap to the second place.
So, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Really
Hopefully we'll try and see some more action from
races.
everyone's point of view. But yeah, you rightly said, so we've got 4 minutes left on the qualifying. Can anyone try and stop Rimpa, who did a 29.2 on the soft tyres, and that's a really good time from him.
I'm just hoping we can see
well.
the last 4 minutes
just to
action.
see what Luke Bailey. Luke Bailey's the only one that's just got out on the medium tyres. Let's see if he can try and improve the 130.767 on the softs. So so yeah, we're just watching Luke Bailey now do his lap now. So let's see what he can try and do into the medium tyres now. So he's just trying to do his lap now, coming up to the first sector now. And this is a part where you have to do everything spot on everything spot on, to be fair, and you cannot afford to make any silly mistakes at all during this. So just try and see how Luke Bailey can try and do his lap. He's on the mediums and he's doing everything he can. He wants to try and get a good lap. He's got a car ahead of him, and it's just.
The back of the car. That's bad luck for.
Okay, so Luke is going to be on, trying to do his lap now.
Oh, and he lost it a bit. The back of the car.
There's plenty of time to spare.
That's
Absolutely,
for
absolutely,
Luke.
and just hope that it will push on as well. So here we go. Can Luke Bailey, just watching it from his point of view,
Yeah,
just
he
try and
can
get
still recharge the
Andriy
battery
lane through. So
and
he'll try and
give
do
it another
one more
go.
lap on the mediums.
There's plenty of time to spare, so.
So here we go. Can Luke Bailey now? Oh, he's in Van Day's lap. He's in Van Day's lap. So he will not improve his time. He will not improve his time. So here we go. Can Andriy now try and do his lap? We've got 1 minute left.
That's a really bad luck for him because just last quarter, you invalidates not just the lap, but the next lap either.
Yeah, this is why it's absolutely crucial. This is why it's absolutely
That's a really bad
crucial
luck for Luke
that you
because
can't afford to
just mention
avoid
if you
any
go wide
mistakes
in
at all
last
during the
two
qualifying.
or last corner,
With
you
Andriy now
invalidate
trying to
not
do
just the lap,
everything
but
he can.
the next lap either.
So Andriy now trying to get as much. Oh, he's slowing down. He's absolutely slowing down. He will not improve his time. Look at a few new drivers actually, which is Jack Hickey, who's in 10th. He's got a 130.4 on the mediums, so he has done a good job, to be fair. But qualifying has now stopped. So qualifying has also stopped. So I'm just trying to have a look to see who else might be on for a perfect lap. So Rimpa's already. Oh, Rimpa's in Valday's lap. Rimpa is in Valday's lap. So Jumpline has moved to second with a 129.5. Hulk with the McLaren is in third. He's not going to improve his time. But Hubberstone is 500 quicker. 500 quicker. So just try and see if Hubberstone can try and push on. So Hubberstone coming up to the start finish line straight now, and he moves up to third. He has moved himself up to third. So at the moment, Jumpline will not. Yeah, he will not improve. Same with Rimpa. Where's Hulk? Hulk will not improve. Is Jack gonna try and improve? No. So what you see is what you're gonna get, guys, with the qualifying. With that scenario. So Rimpa will take on pole position. So Rimpa will be on for the pole position time of a 129.246, and then you got Hulk. Jump Lions in second with 129.5. Hubberstone is in third with 129.6, and then you got Hulk in fourth with 129.7. Jump Lion has retired from the session. But yeah, it's been an absolute belter from everyone's point of view. But we'll get Vojtech's point of view in a moment or two. We'll get that. Just waiting for the drivers to finish off and retire in the pits. But yeah, well done to Rimpa, who's got pole position in first place. Jump Lion in second. Hubberstone in third. Hulk, who's in fourth. We'll get the proper standings in a moment or two. But for you guys, this is the F2 League with the qualifying scenario. So here are your short qualifying classification for the Chinese Grand Prix. For the Invictus Racing League, the F2 League on the PlayStation platform, you got Rimpo, who's in first, John Polinas in second, Hubberstone third, Hulk fourth, Mr. Steam fifth, Keza sixth, Nightshade seventh, Speed Queen in eighth, Huntari in ninth, Smoking Aces 10th, Jack, who's in 11th, Stefan, who's in 12th, and Luke Bailey, who's in 13th place. So we'll just... I'm going to have to, unfortunately, because of the technical issues, I'm going to have to stop the stream, but I will have to upload the race afterwards, guys, so I do apologise for that. So we'll give you the race after. So